Normally, of course, I would come up with some sort of witty, sort of, oh, Steve, but, because of how much I appreciate what you have when it's gone, and Andy not being there for the Thursday show, I have to dedicate this to Andreas because, I really, really miss the guy. So, Steve, step aside on this one and let me just say, oh, Andy. All right, coming out of that, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, that lady Friday night, was it the early show or the late show? The early show.
Mm-hmm.
She could have definitely dealt without Andy.
Wait.
The one lady, that one loud table that you were battling too. On Friday.
That bitch. Oof.
She wanted me out.
I wanted her out.
I loved her.
Mike Bazemore, and he writes, Andy, no, a bunch of O's. Episode 283. A&A, from the moment Andy started his gross sex story, we all knew this shit was about to get real. Literally. I was in the car screaming out, no, Andy, no, and shaking my head, damn near crying as the story continued. I was only surprised at a nugget. Let me stop right now. Dude, nugget just feels. Like, I'd rather you give me a whole log, nigga, but a nugget.
Dude, a log would have been.
Oof, a nugget came out instead of a bird shot. What the fuck is a bird shot?
That, it splattered.
Oh! I don't know what's worse, nugget, log, or bird shot. Woo! Where does this fall in the doo-doo lexicon?
None of these are good. None of them are good.
Andy's scream at the end was the finishing touch. Fucking hilarious. It's even better when you replay it. Anyways, question. Is it normal to stick your tongue out when a woman is squirting to catch a drop of the stream? Asking for a friend. Love the content. Keep bringing the heat. Larry. Oh, this is Larry Smoother. Larry, the gentleman thing to do would be to get a cup and catch it all and then drink it.
It's a teacup.
Yes. A teacup for the pea cup. Yes.
Pinky out.
Dude, let me tell you something. You ever had a woman squirt on you?
Yeah.
Some sexy shit. Especially when you're in it and she squirts. Because all of a sudden, it just feels like wet, hot water. I want a girl squirt on my face, nigga. I mean, on my whole fucking face.
Until a girl squirted, I never understood why. Like, if you come, geez, I can't believe this is the conversations we have on this podcast.
I want to meet a bitch that's a squirrel too.
If you come in a girl's face,
yes,
and they get that, that jolt, like they got shot by, like Kennedy, and that head back into the right. I was like, it's coming. Why do you have that overreaction?
Because
But after a girl squirted, now I understand the reaction. Because it's like you it's coming, but you don't know when it's coming.
Right.
And so when it's back into the right.
I love that joke Patrice did on Elephant in the Room when he was like, ladies, if you could come on us and squirt and shoot eggs on our face, you would. Come here, motherfucker. and you be on the phone with your girlfriends. Yeah, girl, I just egged on his face. He in the back crying. How could you tell your friends about us? I told you, how could you discuss our business? Shut up, you faggot. Oh, that was so fucking great. Justin, The Trees, Dennis Rodman Van Dam. A&A, what's up? It's your boy Justin. Just wanted to stop by the neighborhood and say, what the fuck? I was just watching Double Team with Rodman and Van Dam. Did we forget this piece of comedy gold? Aries, this has you written all over it. Anyway, hope you both get a chance to watch it. I'm currently watching it on Pluto TV. Oh yeah, how the fuck is he constantly changing his hair color throughout the movie? Fucking hilarious. Anyways, quickly, much watch movies. Quick Change with Bill Murray, Gina Davis, Randy Quaid. Gotta go. Justin out. You ever seen that movie, Quick Change?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I never even heard of it. Yeah, dude, I saw that when I was a kid, and I might muster up the energy to muscle through that again, just to remind myself how bad it was with all the bad basketball puns and choreography in a fight scene, which was so ridiculous. I don't know why they felt the need to feel like that would add to the movie in a good way. Because it's hokey and it's corny.
You liked all the motorcycle chase scenes?
I don't remember that because I just remember the bad hokey basketball puns and choreography. You know? Like, okay, we get it. You put a basketball player in the movie. You don't just treat it like any other action movie. You devalue it when you do that hokey shit.
It reminded me of Kareem in the
Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah,
it just looks so odd because it looked like a fucking ant versus a, what do you call that green bug that you're not allowed to kill? You get in trouble for mantis, praying mantis. Yeah, it looked like an ant versus a praying mantis.
Yeah, it just looked a little like it stood out.
Yeah,
that movie was a little weird. You know what?
That nigga's legs were as long as a ladder.
You know what movie I would like you to see? I don't know if you were. Did you remember a movie called Into the Night? I think it's Into the Night. It's with Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer. It's such an odd movie.
Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Pfeiffer. No,
it's so good. I want to watch it again, and I'd like to talk about it.
Okay. Brandon 45 movie reviews idea. Hey, A&A, I've been loving the movie reviews you two have been doing during the last year. I recently saw Lethal Weapon 2 on TV and forgot how much I enjoyed it in the past. I'd love for you guys to rewatch all of the movies in the series and give your thoughts on each of them weekly, like you did with the Rocky movies. Those movies define the man, food, buddy cop flick genre for sure. I think the other listeners would enjoy that a lot as well. All the best. Stay safe. BC. Dude, the first one, of course, is classic. The second one, to me, was the best one because now we developed that Roger and Murtaugh were buddies and not adversaries. And it was overall a tight film. 3 is when it started to get hokey. It felt like a franchise.
Is that the one with Pesci?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Pesci was great in that.
Oh, no, he was great. He was fucking phenomenal. He stole the show.
Yeah.
But it started to feel like the franchise now. Whereas 1 and 2 felt like gritty cop buddy shit. This just felt like the shiny Lethal Weapon product. And 4, to me, was just, let's cram all these stars in it. Jet Li, who was hot at the time, who hadn't really been seen. And I like the martial arts aspect of that. Chris Rock, who was hot at the time. You had Pesci, Rene Russo. You know, it just, 4 was just, I enjoyed them all. But you know, yeah.
Which is the one where they burn his arm?
They burn his arm.
Yeah, is that 2? Who's the? Now I forget. It's names. Names are gonna
burn his arm. Who's getting burned? One of the lead characters?
Yeah, his security guy. He burns. The lead guy burns.
Oh, Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey.
That was the first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah.
That scene.
Yeah.
Gary Busey plays that incredibly.
Dude, until he went off the deep end, Gary Busey had been in some movies, man.
He got in a motorcycle accident. They said he has brain damage from the motorcycle accident. He hit his head.
So not drugs and alcohol.
No, he hit his head in a motorcycle accident in New York. He went down and his head hit a curb.
He had no helmet on?
No.
Damn.
So
that's fucked up.
And they said it's slight brain damage, but how much brain damage do you want to have?
Give me a little bit. I don't want a lot of brain damage. Give me a little bit.
But, and I'm sorry, I'm jumping around, but going back to Pesci, that scene, that's how they fuck you.
Yeah.
That is just.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, man. Dude. Like if I could actually have written my skit, Fuck Your Shit Airlines.
Yeah.
That would be the perfect if I could get Pesci to do it.
Yeah, that's how they.
I mean, if it's fuck your shit airlines, we're going to fuck your shit up. But don't take it from me. Take it from my spokesman. And the airlines, they fuck your shit. That would be perfect.
Yeah, because when he says he went to the drive-thru, that's how they fuck you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He was great in that, man.
That was an original character. Like, right. You know what I mean? You see something where you see somebody that was like, I'm sure there's something that lights somebody up, or they see someone on the street. I love when you see someone on the street. I don't know if this is probably way off the mark here, but one of the things that Larry David does, the Seinfeld creator and the Curb Your Enthusiasm, he has a book, and like when he hears a cool name or someone's name, he writes names in this book so that when he writes something and they need a name for something, they have these names.
I'm telling you, Leroy Furious.
Yeah. To have these ready to go.
Right.
Is just, and I don't know if you met some, but okay.
That moment in Lethal Weapon 4 between when Chris Rock first meets Pesci and they're in the police station and they're discussing the phone. They fuck you with the phone, kid. You see? And then Chris Rock goes, not like my mother's phone where you had to dial and go, 4, 5. And then they fuck you with the minutes. Did it not feel like the director just went, do y'all stand up?
Yeah.
Because it was Riggs and Murtaugh going, oh, here we go. Here these guys go. And it felt like that was clearly the director, Richard Donner, going, you do anything you want, go.
I just think it's nice when they get out of the way, but it's also weird when they just.
That's what I mean by the franchise. It takes it away from the grittiness of what Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 was.
Yeah, we would have. I wouldn't mind talking about those though.
Yeah,
I love the craziness that Mel Gibson had in the very first one.
Right,
like you believe he did a good job where you believe like this guy might want to kill himself.
Right.
The second one when he was still like
Do you really want to jump? Do you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Rog, every now and then I'll think about putting a bullet in my mouth. You want to kill yourself? Here we go through your brain. Yeah. That's man food for real. That's the Swanson with the Salisbury steak.
That was good. I don't know. I'm not complaining about movies that they're making today, but I don't feel like some of those original characters.
Right. Yeah.
But we have a lot of cartoon characters. We got a lot of comic book characters now.
Frank C. Graham IV, White People's Africa. SNS, what's going on, my brothers? Haven't sent an email to you guys in a while, but wanted to talk to you about how shitty Utah is and that you were right, Aries. I'm here for the first time in Salt Lake City for a music festival. And damn, man, white people, puts in caps, everywhere. The few sprinkles of black people I saw, I wanted to run up to them, give them a hug, and ask them where all the other black people were hiding at. Not to mention, it's strict as hell here when it comes to weed and alcohol. I had no idea. Utah is a big fuck no. I'm good. Ha ha. Thank you for the great content. Frank C. Graham IV. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. But and I remember when me and Andy went out there, I said it. Utah for me would be a great fifth place to live because there is a peacefulness to it, especially once you get up in them mountains where there's some snow, where they do the film festivals every year. And, you got snow resorts, you got the restaurants, it's up in the mountains. There is a sexy tranquility to me to Utah as a fifth residence. You want to go, you want to just chill, you want to be in the snow, get your girl, do the thing in the spa and the springs in the spa with the snow. Yeah, with a white woman. I would only fuck with white women in Utah. I would never bring a sister to the mountains. The snow's white, Utah's white. That's my white weekend.
First of all, Salt Lake is different than the mountain areas that you're talking about. The areas that he's talking about, it's definitely different.
Right.
The laws and everything. But I think if you're going to snow, you definitely, snow can be dangerous. And I think, like, if I was black, I'd feel safer in the snow
Mhm.
Because if there's an avalanche or snow or if I wipe out or
Oh, you can be seen.
you
Yes.
find
What's
you.
that bird shot in the snow? Was that a nugget in the snow? That's a tall nigga. What's that log in the snow? We look like shit in the snow.
Or you could look like chocolate chips.
Oh man. And listen, I always said this, there is a part of me that is white. Only meaning I want to do white shit. Like I want to go skiing. I want to try it. Snowboarding. I jumped out of a plane. I've gone scuba diving. I want to snowboard or ski. I want to put on the suit. I want to make the noise when I walk. I want to do white shit sometimes, man.
Sue somebody.
I tried that. And incidentally, I'm glad you brought. I forgot to say it when we were talking about the Malice in the Palace when the motherfucker said Jermaine O'Neal sucker punched him. I'm like, nigga, sucker punch. I know what sucker punch is, nigga. I've been sucker punched. That wasn't no goddamn sucker punch. But yeah, man, yeah, I think when I'm at my most stressed, if I could live or have a place in Utah, that I would call it White Woman Wednesdays, where I just go to Utah with a white woman on a Wednesday.
So Wow Wednesday. Wows.
Wows. Wows?
Yeah, what was it?
White Woman Wednesdays.
White Woman-
WWW.
Oh yeah, white. So it's not Wow. Sorry. It was. I'm thinking about Whip 'em Out Wednesday. That was.
Whip 'em out Wednesday.
Yeah, that was the thing that they had on one of the radio stations. Had Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Right. Wonderful. Yeah, it'd be a bunch of W's.
Yeah.
A wonderful, wow type time with a bunch of white women Wednesdays.
There you go.
Yeah, man. I'm not black that weekend. Everything I do will be white. Everything.
What are you gonna drink?
What do y'all drink?
A lot of beer.
Lot of beer.
But now artisanal beers, the small batch brewed beers.
Small batch brewed beers.
Yeah,
I need a lot of cheese.
Yeah, some cheese.
Cheese. Everything has mayonnaise on it. I have mayonnaise on it. Everything, I'll put mayonnaise on everything.
I do. White people really like mayonnaise
I think y'all do, man.
because
I don't know niggas that fuck with Miracle Whip.
But you like ranch, and it's made with mayonnaise.
Nah, but that's different though.
I don't even eat. I don't.
Mayonnaise has a very bland. What is this flavor that y'all like?
I see. I don't like mayonnaise. The texture looks like if you pop a zit and that white stuff that would come out. That's what mayonnaise looks like to me.
Okay.
There, I just made a lot of people stop eating mayonnaise.
Yeah, Jesus. Jose Gardia, Quiet Storm. Yo, what's good, Aries? It's been a minute since I wrote in, but I thought today I had something for you. I stumbled upon this short documentary on Ron Artest. I really thought it was interesting, and I thought you would enjoy it too. I definitely will check this Obama thing out as well. I'm sure everything about the man's life is interesting. You guys stay safe and let me know what you think about that Quiet Storm, the Ron Artest story. You heard about this?
No, but I'd check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out too.
What do you think, Ron Artest with the mustache or without the mustache? Which is the Ron Artest? Which one do you want on your team? Mustache or no mustache?
I think that nigga's crazy either way. But mustache more menacing.
I do like how they danced around. We didn't say this in the episode, but I like how they danced around the part that he's a little crazy.
Even though you got a therapist. He travels with him.
That's what they said. Well, we knew that, he was,
right.
But they didn't say we didn't know he was crazy. They didn't say we didn't know he was crazy. They just said
this is where you tip your hat to Reggie Miller and guys like Michael Jordan, who I think from that era, once the Jordan era was over, it became more the hip hop era. Thus the wardrobe, the what do you call it? When they make you dress nice.
Oh, the
dress code.
Yeah, dress code.
They came from an era of class. Guys just were a little bit classy. And it spoke volumes to me because look, When you put the wrong ignorant motherfuckers together, shit happens. Steven Jackson was a street nigga. Ron Artest was a crazy street nigga. Reggie Miller was the class. And I think if Reggie had been in uniform that night, maybe that doesn't happen.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, because he wasn't in uniform.
Yeah. So, E.C. Ali. Idea feedback. For that podcast. Live idea. Imagine you and Andy live on a gram, Facebook or YouTube, or simulcast. How you say that? Simulcast. Is it you silent?
Simulcast. I guess. I don't know. I make up my own words.
On all three. Yeah, this is just, he's giving us ideas. I don't know that this is supposed to be read on the podcast. But thank you, dog. We'll read it and check it out and see what it do. Matthew Rickens, Mookie. Please tell me y'all gonna do an episode about the Malice in the Palace on Netflix, the infamous Pacer Pistons fans brawl. Would love to hear y'all talk about it. Well, you just heard it.
No, they didn't, because they heard Obama this week, and then they're hearing this one.
That's right, nigga.
You see, you're going to hear it next week.
You're going to hear it next week. Tune in, y'all, next week, and you'll hear it.
We gave you some tests. That's a little taste of it.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
I got one that I want to tell you about, though. Just
on email?
Yeah, but it's not email. I just got this thing. Anyway, it's from one of our more crazy listeners that thinks that he's the only one that tells us anything.
Oh, right. You were telling me about that.
And I just want to let this mental cat know.
I like that mental cat.
Yeah, we made a mistake on the what is that Jim Carrey movie? The Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. The second one came out the following year, and we thought it was like a few years later.
Right.
So we fucked that up, and I just want to let this mental cat know that you weren't the only one who let us know. I know that you think you're the only one who talks to us, and I know that you think that we have a relationship. We don't. But dude, just come at us like everyone else does that we read their emails.
He came at you with vitriol.
Yeah, man. I'm just over that. That's what put him in a twist.
Motherfuckers take this shit personally.
Well, whatever. So, yeah, we got you there. I corrected it. Now the world knows. And they still don't know who the fuck you are. So we'll keep going.
Travis. Andy and his All Lives Matter speech. What up, ANA? I'm a semi-long-time listener, but long-time lurker of the pod. I'm halfway through this Obama episode, and Andy is giving the speech about America and talking about mutts being the best breed of dog because it's mixed. Dude, if you don't get the hell out of here with these running for office, tail between the leg, politically correct rants, shake my head. Sometimes I can almost predict what Andy is about to say before he even opens his mouth, and my eyes already start to roll when it's his turn to talk, especially when the stuttering starts because he's scared of not saying the wrong thing and standing on it. Another pet peeve is when he does that pause and breath thing into the mic. I swear every episode he does that at least twice like clockwork when a challenging conversation is about to start. LOL. Anyway, to make a long email less long, Andy, you got to relax on the kumbaya speeches, man. It sounds really patronizing, and it's a lot of wishful thinking you do that gets you in trouble because you don't address how things are currently and speak to the audience like we're children with all that soft shit. Not saying be edgy, but offer some real talk and not state the obvious sometimes. Peace and love, Travis.
Well, Travis, I'll try not to breathe in a way that's not conducive to your ears.
I tell you what, don't breathe at all, motherfucker. Talk without breathing.
Do you know why Aries calls me Cap?
Dun, 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 dun.
I actually believe in the shit that I say.
Mm.
So, and the reason I breathe and I think and I stutter when I talk is because I am thinking about it because, as I have said on many podcasts, I'm hearing these emails for the first time and I'm thinking through them. So if you don't get that about me by now, you just don't get me, which is fine.
Again, I love that clip from Letterman. when we decided to go to war with Iraq, the country that didn't bomb us on 9/11. And Bill O'Reilly is on Letterman. And he's saying basically how Letterman's saying how we rushed into something we shouldn't have rushed into. And he understands that, 9/11 just happened and the nerves were raw. And we knew something had to be done, but we just didn't think it through. And then Bill O'Reilly challenges him by saying something to the extent of, well, don't you think that based on this and this, that should have been done? He goes, well, I'm not sure that's an easy choice for me. And then Bill O'Reilly goes, well, it should be easy for you. And Letterman responds, well, no, it's not easy for me because I'm thoughtful. And the audience applauded that and was like, boo to Bill O'Reilly's insensitivity. I'm saying all that to say that, to back up what you just said.
Yeah.
You take your time and you're thinking because you're thoughtful and not just trying to rush into an answer that might not be quite right.
Well, and for me, and when you said, tell us about the way it is, we all know what the way it is. I have never denied what the way that it is. I'm working for what, and I've said this many times, I'm working on for what our goals should be. I know where we are, but if you don't see the future, if you can't imagine, and this is very interesting to me,
I just want to say before you continue, I just think it's an unattainable goal.
It is. I'm not going to disagree with you but it's something that we should be continuing to work for, because there's the speech when Martin Luther King's speech about "I have a dream." He had to visualize what that was. I wish he was here so that we all wish that he was here, but I wish we could add, what is it? What does it look like? What does it look like when you get there? Because one of the problems is if you can't see it, we'll never get there. And I don't know that we see it.
Well, I think in totality, that dream will never be fulfilled. But I think we get pieces of it. Obama becoming president was a major piece in terms of, goals and equality. But that was a major piece.
If you get enough pieces and you know what it's supposed to look like,
but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Because we talked about this before. How do you have conversations? There was an interesting thing. I saw this video, and I don't know if I sent it to you, and I should have. But it was a black Miss Universe, I think is what it was, and this black woman was working at Target, and this white woman was looking at her, and she said, "I could feel this lady staring at me." And so I said, and then she asked me some of the worst questions a white woman could ever ask you. She said, I think the first question was how old you are. Do you have any kids? Just asked her these personal questions, but it just felt very like you were asking her, and it said, are you from America? That was the one that she said.
Like an interrogation.
Yeah, but are you from America? The questions to her were very negative because they said, do you have kids? Like, oh, I'm a black woman and I'm supposed to have kids. How many kids am I supposed to have already? Are you from America? Like, oh, I'm not from here because I'm from... And what it turned out is she gave her a card. What she was really trying to find out is if she would be a good person. She was someone who helped people compete for Miss Universe or for Miss America or for whatever. And so she asked her those questions without saying who she was. And so it came off very, it felt very racist to her.
Right.
And then when it's revealed what she is, she wasn't asking to have anything to do with race. She's asking because this is what you kind of need to be a contestant in this.
Right.
And then she eventually won. I don't know if it was Miss Universe or Miss America. She eventually won. Anyway, all that being said is when we talk about, like we said, like the conversation, how do you have a conversation where you actually want to have a regular conversation, but this other part is so heavy that you just can't have a conversation. And so, when someone says to me, like, I'm coming from a thoughtful place of something that I would like to see happen. So all I can do is work towards having what I see in my vision happening. And I can only do that because that's what I see. So that's how I work. And I can't help you if you don't like it. But wait, let me do this for you.
Sam Huey, Malice at the Palace. What up, fellas? I started listening at episode 75 a few years ago, and I realized I had to start from the beginning. Aha. Fun is his velvet. Got caught up when mowing the lawn, folding laundry, driving to work, and always look forward to Wednesday, Thursday. Thanks for the weekly entertainment. Speaking of entertainment, have you had a chance to watch the Netflix documentary Untold Malice at the Palace? I remember the game like it was yesterday, watching it with my boys in the college dorm room, no TiVo or other way to record, so everyone was running door to door telling people to turn on the game and see what was happening. You guys talked about tribalism last week, and I thought this was timely. If you haven't seen it, wait till you hear the interview from the fan that threw the beer cup and the dude that confronted Ron Artest on the court. He was bitching that he got punched. What did you expect? Artest was in primal survival mode after being surrounded by angry fans, and you walk up to him on the court, square up, ball your fist. Of course, dude is going to get into fight mode. Anyway, it got me fired up that these fans thought they were entitled to act that way. Artest messed up, but you can't tell me outside of the mob mentality setting that any fan would try to fight him or dump their beer on those players. Anyway, sorry for the rant. Also, I saw you guys in Des Moines, Iowa. The state, not the city, Aries. Loved your show. So fun to watch Aries doing crowd work and go after the bodyguard named Sean that sounded like he pours milk on his thumbtacks for breakfast and his mall shooter looking son. Thank you for doing what you do. Keep it up, guys. Yay he, Sam Huey.
I like how yay he has.
Yeah, that seemed to have caught some traction.
Dude, that's cool. I like how he tied it into the tribalism part. But yeah, these little bitches that would throw anything at somebody would never, ever walk up and even say something to those people in the face.
Yeah, and listen, they even said it in the documentary. Boy, that King Kong, baby, that alcohol, that courage juice. When you get around your boys, that's a dangerous combination. Friends and alcohol. Because even if you don't necessarily want to instigate nothing, when your boys are lit and you're lit too, it's easy to be led astray, man.
Dude, I just...
That's the one thing about myself I'm very proud of. I don't do peer pressure, man. Maybe because I don't have but two friends, but I've never felt the need to follow a crowd. Ever.
You never just saw a movie because everybody's seen a movie?
No, I don't mean in that way. I mean like in a bad way. Like
someone makes you do something. Challenge you
to do something stupid.
Okay.
I just never, why? Why?
Well, I don't think that's peer pressure. I was saying you jumped out of a plane, so that's kind of...
That's
for your own challenge.
Yeah, that's just fulfilling an urge.
Yeah, I don't know that I've done some dumb things for money, but I don't think I would follow somebody for some dumb shit.
Like, I wouldn't get caught up in a moment of, if my dudes was drunk and I know they're being assholes, I'm going to be an asshole too. I would be the guy to go, yo, man, y'all need to chill, man, or I'm out.
Yeah. Well, there was fights at the football games this weekend.
Pro football games?
Yeah, not the players, but yeah, the fans.
Yeah, and again, I never. That's like again that fight in Phoenix during the playoffs when the dude hit him and said, "Suns in 4."
Well, that guy threw beer on the dude. That's why he.
Is that what started that?
Yeah, that's what started it.
But what made him throw the beer? It had to be tribalism.
Yeah, it is. Whatever their fight was.
Yeah, that's so ridiculous to me.
Well, this one, the football game, it was the Rams players fighting the what's the San Diego team now? It used to be the San Diego team. Chargers fighting the Chargers. They're playing at the same stadium. They're going to see these people all the time, and now they're having like little battles in the.
God, I think that's the corniest shit ever. That means that much to you.
Well, it means enough that you put another man's name on the back of your shirt.
I can kind of get with that.
I can understand
I got it a little bit.
It's like a respect thing. Look, this is my favorite player. I want to put his, but nah.
Right.
I've never had one of those shirts.
I'm telling you, dude. I never. Only jerseys I ever wore were basketball, and it was one dude,
Jordan.
Yeah. But football, I never wore a football jersey. I wanted to like a hockey jersey, but it just looked weird on me. Like I did, jerseys are weird to me, man. Football jersey, that's a weird look to me on a regular person. Basketball, at least if you got some guns, some shoulders, I mean, you can kind of look sexy in a basketball jersey if you built for it. But just, I don't know, man. Jerseys just feel weird to me.
Dude, I just can't imagine wearing. I had a Diamondbacks jersey, like the
sport I like the least. I wear the baseball jersey because to me it feels with the right jeans, like a shirt.
Yeah, but I didn't have anybody's name on the back of it. It was just Diamondbacks. No,
Here's some nigga shit I did, and I actually kind of stole this from Martin Lawrence. I had a yellow, mustard yellow, and a blood red baseball jerseys made of leather with the New York sign stitched on it and my name on the back. That was when I was in my 90s sexy.
But that's cool because you did it for you. That's like your setup.
Yeah.
And you probably paid, I don't know how much you paid for it, but I mean, when you buy a jersey, it ain't cheap. You're buying a jersey.
This
and then
was custom made, obviously.
I don't do that. And I think it's cool. I see some people that wear jerseys and they're, do that. They have their look, they have their Jordans and the jersey and they look fine. It's just not my.
I mean, maybe I would wear it to a game because it's part of the moment. But past that,
well, if you worked on a movie, no, I don't know. I think it's fun. Like if you went to a movie that, you don't dress like the actors in the movie. Why do you dress like the players in the game when you go to a game?
Like you said, respect, love.
I guess there's in Seinfeld that the guy who does the face painting, support the team. Support the team.
Dude, let me tell you. And again, it would take one time for me to yell out to my favorite player if I saw him in person and him to shit on me to make me never do it again. Like I saw a video where Kawhi Leonard was walking towards the stadium and some fan went, yo, Kawhi, yeah. Kawhi ignored that nigga like he didn't exist. And I cringed because it felt mean. Like Kawhi heard him, didn't even acknowledge him.
Yeah, but you know who Kawhi is. Like that's not the guy you're gonna run up to and he's gonna go, oh, dude, come on in.
Yeah, but damn, you got this nigga's name on your back.
Yeah, but the only time I think that I would have felt weird is if I was that dude who went to hug Ice Cube, like kind of take that picture, and he's like, nah, we don't do that. I don't do that. That would have made me a little because we're taking pictures, we're okay, everything's cool, right? I'm gonna do it. Nah. Yeah,
if I know you. Like I know Shaq and I never bought a Shaq jersey. But if I know you and you know me and we pound it up, I might do it then. Because now I know there's something there. But nah, son.
No, I mean.
Dude, when Shaq played for Phoenix, I called him up, said, yo, big guy, can I get tickets to the game? Absolutely. I went to the game. He told me at the end of the game, come back over here. I stood behind the rope. He came out the locker room. We dapped it up. We flicked. We talked for a minute. That felt special.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Jerseys to me, you should hang those. You should frame them, hang them up on your wall.
Yeah.
That's really. I'm just not that guy.
Right. I'm not either, really. Rashad Simmons. Nah, dog. Godfrey ain't seeing you with the impressions. Coincidentally, you're random African dude. You have no say in the mata is my favorite. Way funnier than Godfrey's, and he's African. Godfrey doing James Brown is funny as fuck, though. Especially when he says Bobby. Bobby? I've never seen his James Brown, but I could believe it.
Yeah, I think he has some great impressions.
Oh, he absolutely has some great impressions. Told you that motherfucking Steve Harvey, yuck. That shit is hysterical. Frank Williams, you did not read this email. Hey, bro, on my last email, you did not read this one on air. Trust me, I'll remember. But anyway, your transgender joke was effing hilarious. That was a genius joke. And for those who don't get it, go tell them to ride a bike without the bike seat. I know some niggas that would love to do that. And dude, once you perfect your Dennis Rodman, oh my God, dude, watch out Hollywood. Also, you never answered my question in my last email, but it's all good. You are still one of the greats and to me, and can't wait to hear or see your next special piece, A&A.
What'd you miss? What'd you didn't answer his question?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
How's your Rodman coming?
I think it's, it's there. Yeah.
Can you have conversation? Can you conversate as Rodman now, or are you still perfecting the?
Well, I mean, talk to me.
As Rodman?
Yeah, you talk to me.
So, how many rebounds do you think you're going to go for today?
I think I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to rebound the ball. Michael, everybody knows Michael's going to shoot the ball. Scotty's the main offense. Michael's the main offense. My job is to go out there and just rebound and play defense. If I play defense and I rebound, that's all I got to do. Phil's the coach. I go in there. I kick ass. I take it. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I'm just there to do my job. Afterwards, hang out, maybe go fuck Madonna, go to Vegas, drink, and get with the team tomorrow for practice.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question that give you a really good one so that you can really, really get
the Rodman.
So how hard was it when Chuck Daly passed for you, Dennis?
It was the first time I ever felt like I lost somebody on the NBA. It was like a father to me. Chuck knew I was. He knew exactly who I was. And it was like I was like a Mustang. He said, "You never put a saddle on a Mustang." So he just let me run wild and let free. He didn't give a damn. He didn't care. He just let me do whatever the fuck I wanted to do.
I thought I might get you on that one. Yeah, I think you took it another level. That was good.
A challenge.
That was good.
I was trying to channel when he actually cried.
Yeah.
He said, "I never want to." Yeah.
That was fun. That was good.
God, the snot coming out of that face.
Someone asked me a long time ago. They said when Dennis Rodman was dating Madonna, because you brought that up with Madonna, and he goes, "What do you think about that?" And I go, "I don't really think about it, but I think that room smells."
You know why he said? You know why he said he broke up with her, right? She wanted kids.
She wanted kids.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, I guess she got kids not too long after that, right?
Yeah.
And she got that the dancer guy.
Yeah, dude, I got a picture of Dennis Rodman in my phone. Let me show you this. This nigga, if pardon me, the sexual shots. If a bug was a person.
Yeah, he really did it up on that one, right? Didn't he?
What the fuck? I thought he was trying to dress like a woman, but he's not.
No, I think I would rather wear a jersey though than that jersey he's wearing.
Jesus, his face, nigga. He looks like a somebody's old lesbian aunt.
Dude, he just did whatever he wanted to do. I don't know that that's a problem. He just did it all.
Yeah. Shanika Morton. Woman. Hey, Aries and Andy. It's Shanika. Some will say Chauncey. Chauncey. Fuck you get that? There's clearly an NECA. How in the fuck do people get that wrong? I don't know. Baby, got some dumb motherfuckers out here. I hope all is well with my favorite duo. Yesterday on the podcast, you spoke on up and coming comics and entertainers. Well, my son Jai is an aspiring actor comedian. In fact, we're packing up to move out to the West Coast this year. In an earlier podcast, you had when a few episodes, earlier podcast, you had when a few episodes back. Let me say went. $10 a lot of Shanika. You said to take the chance and just do it without any fear. Gave me extra confidence and confirmation that the right move was being made. I needed that message. We needed that. So from my heart, I thank you. We were talking about how comedy isn't what it used to be. and the younger generation may not carry the weight, and it's no one to pass the baton to. My son is actually quite hilarious. He's 21, and his major comedy influences are Paul Mooney, Bernie, Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Charlie, George Lopez, Robin Williams, Chris Rock, and Arnez J. To name a few. And as of recent, I was just made aware that he admired some of your work. When I asked him, did he know who you were? He gave me a sort of duh look. I had to check his knowledge. Anyway, the podcast timing was eerie, since literally Tuesday, the night before, he was saying how he wanted to give up comedy because of how sensitive his generation is, and he has no problem pushing the envelope and does not want to jeopardize his career before he even gets started. Now my son is extremely outspoken and blunt, but humble in the best way, and some can't take his honesty. His friends, teachers, and so forth actually suggested and encouraged he do so, along with myself. His response is always, but you asked me, and my mom always taught me to never let anyone bully me into silence. Never compromise myself for anyone, but choose your battles wisely. His friends always come to him for advice, and the old heads are crazy about him and are impressed with his wisdom at a young age. My grandparents would say he's been here before. I was a little shocked and disappointed that he felt that way, all because of how society is, and this damn cancer culture is always waiting to pounce. I'm extremely outspoken and make no apologies for it because I'm passionate on what I feel and stand firm in my convictions. I'm a Sagittarius. It's in my nature as well as my upbringing. And growing up as a kid, my grandfather was Fred Sanford, the real James Evans, and my grandmother was Florence from the Jeffersons. So we all had to be quick on our feet with the wordplay and wits. Seriously, moving along, what advice would you give him? I thank you in advance. My apologies if this was too long. Love you guys. I almost feel like I'm the wrong person to take advice from because as much as I know, and this is always going to be a constant battle within myself, I shouldn't say everything I want to say. But holding back is something I don't do well. And look how far that's gotten me. So I don't know if I'm the best person to take advice from. Maybe find a medium because you don't want to not be true to who you are. But you got to pick your battles wisely. Treat it like chess, not checkers. You know, be Andy. Think it through. Take your time. Take a deep breath. Be thoughtful. Stutter.
Stutter's always good. It's actually, I think it's more of a stammer than a stutter. But
either way,
we have to, as comedians, we have to reclaim our rooms. That's what I'm realizing right now. We have to reclaim that because if someone wants to come to a comedy show and then cancel the people for what they said in the room, why did they come to a room that's specifically built for what happens in there? You don't go to a football game and then write about how it's too violent and no one should ever go to it anymore.
Even though the people have said that.
But they have. But it usually gets ignored because that's the nature of the game.
Right.
Our game is to say interior thoughts, things that you wouldn't normally say, to make it funny, because we all think, dude, there's not one person that I can think of that hasn't thought about, like, not actually doing it, but in the moment killing somebody. Like, this person made me so mad, I want to kill him. That doesn't mean you're ever going to kill anybody. It's just you have an interior thought. So all these thoughts that we project on a stage out to an audience is contained in a room that's built for people that want to hear this. And as long as we're not advocating to kill someone or to hurt other people, there's nothing wrong with what we're saying. It's the thoughts that we all have. And those rooms are fucking ours. And it's just what I realized the other day. I'm standing in the room and they go, this is our room. They came here for this.
And not only that, here's the beauty of what we do. And this is what separates the men from the boys. And this is the true artistry. And what we do is not only being able to say things that we all have thought about, but the more taboo, the more risque, the more dangerous those thoughts, the harder to make funny. But if you can make it funny, there's an artistry in that. There's a beauty in that. Like, that motherfucker made that funny. Like when you did the dead baby joke. And I told you last night, first time I saw it really get a great reaction. And there's a beauty in that.
Yeah, because
Like you know, if
you're not supposed to laugh at that.
Exactly. And if you want to do this, the regular, you know, my wife and my kids, men and women sure are different, huh? You could do that. And not saying you can't make it your own, not saying you can't make it funny. But I said even this weekend, at one point when I told Andy last night, everything was falling. It's like being a basketball player. Your jump shot, your rebound. If comedy was stats, last night I got a triple-double.
Yeah.
Everything was flowing. And when everything flows, let me explain it this way. One of my favorite movies as a kid, The Last Dragon. Finally, you get to glow. You are the last. You get that zone. And dude, I'm telling you, I said to the audience at one point, because I was in the zone so well, I just stopped and I went, isn't comedy fun when it's dangerous?
Yeah.
Isn't this fun when you can just, for an hour, go on stage and hit every taboo subject, talk about things you're not supposed to talk about, shit that makes people uncomfortable, and they're roaring. You know how hard it is to do that? And to be fearless enough to not give a fuck in today's climate. There is a respect that people have for you because they know you're doing something that is hard and that technically you shouldn't be doing. And the fact that you made them lose their shit for an hour to go, yo, you know what a release that is?
Laughing when what was it? What's that? Laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah,
that's all this is. When you say something that has these triggers in it, people have to. If you're laughing at something that's horrible, I said something last night that I know isn't funny, but it's funny because of where we are, and it's where I read off like the top 5 or 6 news reports, and they're all bad. They're all COVID variant, Trump's up to something again, this, that. And I was like, and you know, you ask yourself, can it get any worse? And then I saved the next article, and I read that one, and I go, and the whole audience just got quiet and went. You could just hear everybody go, "What the fuck is he doing? Why is he, just taking it from the start?" And I go, so apparently it can get worse. And this laughter from everybody going, "Oh, I get it. I get it. He took us to this place and went, yeah, no, don't worry about going here because it can get worse. It can still get worse.
Right.
No matter how bad it is, we can make it worse." And the relief from them going, "Oh, that's what this is."
Right.
And watching them laugh at that, dude, I was so proud of it because I sat back and I let them have their moment of what the fuck is he doing? Why is he telling us this? And then when I just go, so yeah, I guess it can get worse. It was just this moment where I go, yeah, this is what this room's for.
Listen, man, it feels so good when you know it. This is why I hope in my next life I can be a professional athlete, because even though I've never been and I never will be, I don't know technically for sure because I've never been, but I'm almost 99.9% that what we feel on stage or what we go through is no different than when they say, yo, Magic Johnson's basketball IQ, he can see the whole court. He can see the play before it happens. That's why he can do some of that shit. And when you go, oh, there's an Asian girl sitting in the front. When I do this joke I'm about to do, the crowd's going to lose their shit. They don't know it because they're hearing it for the first time. But I see the play before it happens. And that thing that I added when I said to the guy who's married to the Asian chick, hey, man, you ever be eating pussy and find a white little slip of paper in there with a message on it? And they're already like, oh, because they get it. And then I follow it up with, that's that fortune cookie nookie. And seeing this one lady go, oh, but it's that, I can't believe he said that, but fuck, that's funny. Come on, man. How do you go from that to men and women sure are different, huh? Well, that's the ultimate dick on the table, man.
I just don't understand the people who don't understand what we do.
And if you don't understand it, then more than likely you work against us.
Yeah.
And you have to be the most boring piece of shit human being on the planet. Who the fuck does not like a good laugh? It's almost as good as sex. Of course, nothing is better than sex. But that release, I know there's got to be some technical medical term for it that sounds weird. Anonotoxins or whatever the fuck they would call it. But that release of a good guttural head hurting laugh, there's nothing better than that, man.
No, I'm not fighting with it anymore. I'm just
like when people write into podcasts and whether they've said, Aries, when like the dude who recently wrote in, when dude, I almost was in my car and I almost died and lost control of the wheel when you did the email about for you could let them know, or whether it's the other email I read when somebody said, yo, I almost died when Andy started laughing when you did the Kennedy and the silverware in their mouths. Like even that shit that we don't know is going to happen until we read it. And again, whether it's Andy's laugh that then triggers my laugh, there's nothing better than that, man. The power of being able to give and receive that. Oh, that's just, come on. So all that being said, Shanika, let your son do what he gonna do, and let him try to learn on his own. He'll figure it out. I'm gonna read this last one.
Okay.
Louis Blackshear. What up again, y'all? What up, A&A? I was listening to one of the recent shows about the bonnet issue and some of these women out here, and I had to tell y'all this story. Myself and my daughter's boyfriend were at the grocery store. We seen this black woman. Let me back up for a second. Black brother, since we're going to talk about the black people doing right, let's replace seen with saw. We saw this black woman. Not we seen. Okay, we seen this black woman, and of course she was wearing a bonnet. Okay, I'm thinking, sadly, this is the norm. However, not only was this trick wearing a bonnet and what looked like a nightgown, she was also riding one of those store scooters. Now, fellas, I'm the last person to holler about anyone being in shape, but this chick looked like Aunt Jemima, and the Michelin Man was creeping behind Massa's back. Bitch had more rolls than Esther. I felt like tell her to at least walk the aisles and put some work towards all that damn food you're to demolish. Anyway, Aries, I am totally 100% behind you where you are coming from regarding our people. We have all these desires and wishes for equality and fair treatment. I'm definitely an advocate for all that, but I'm more of an advocate for us holding ourselves accountable to a higher standard. We cannot and should not coddle inappropriate behavior such as this. I thank both of you for putting your thoughts out there because you fellas are definitely funny, but you guys are using your platform for productivity, which is crucial in these times. Love the show as always. Stay up, Louis Blackshear. Oh, but then he follows it up. P.S. Sorry about the grammatical mistakes. I was typing on my phone and I was in a hurry. Oh, it's okay, brother. I was about to call Larry Smoother.
That's $5 is a lot of money.
That's $5 a lot of money. All your babies and your dooba-dooba-deebies. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, I always say I love my people. I do. I just wish some of us would, do better. Myself included. I have to do better.
Everybody and their peoples feels the same way about their peoples.
I think so sometimes.
I think we all do, though.
But then there are some that abandon their people.
Yeah. All right. I can't. I don't have enough. We don't have enough time to do this.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking for the music, nigga.
No, yeah, but I was going to say,
were you going to say something poignant?
No, it's not even that important. But I do think we all, no matter what, when we see one that looks like us, we all cringe at what is going on.
Right.
None of us have award-winning, where it's all award winners in our background.
That's true. Okay, where the fuck is this? I just had it.
Oh, before you do that, why not tell everybody where we're going to be? We're going to be in Chicago while you're listening to this. And after that, we're going to be in Pleasanton, California, which is just kind of somewhere between San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland, somewhere in there. And so we'll be there that weekend, the 26th to the 29th. September, Raleigh Improv. We're going to be there the 2nd through the 5th. And then we'll be at the Hartford Funny Bone the 10th to the 12th. I got 2 more if you want them. We're going to be at Brea Improv, which we're excited to go back to California because it's been a while.
Yeah, and I think we're going to, I told you, Devon hit me back up, who we had on the podcast with Eleanor.
Yeah.
So we may have Devon on one episode or, and I'm still dying to get this beautiful black sister, Erica Lachey, on, who's in the same vein of our girl, Kyla. Super intelligent, super fucking intellectual, and I think she'd make for great conversation piece.
Well, we'll be at Brea the 17th through the 19th when we're doing that, and then we're going to be in Indianapolis.
Hell, I feel like we was just there.
Right when COVID finally opened up. That was one of our first ones. So it's like over 6 months ago.
Wow.
That's the 23rd to the 26th.
Dude, they have a steakhouse there that I really want us to go to.
In Indianapolis?
In Indianapolis.
That's the Helium in Indianapolis, by the way, just to let everybody know.
Yes, that's frequented by Peyton Manning, one of his favorite spots.
Yeah.
God, I want to go to the steakhouse, man.
Do you think he pays for anything?
No.
Do you think any of those guys, do you think Jordan pays for anything?
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Probably most times not, but, he probably likes to flash a little bit.
I guess it also depends on how much how many people you're with.
Right.
I don't think I bet Jordan never pays for like lunch. Like if it's just him and maybe like one other person, I don't think he would probably ever pay for lunch.
You think the other person pays?
No, I think that the place is
the place comps him.
Yeah, I can't imagine that you're charging Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Shaq, same. Barkley.
Nah, and some of them niggas yes. Unless, first time, probably not. But if they go multiple, fuck that in business.
Well,
don't give a fuck.
You think Tom Brady's paying for anything?
Nah, but that's the ultimate white man. Dates the model, America's favorite sport, top tier position, multiple winner, good looking, tall. That is epitome of white heroism.
I guess if Jordan's taking you to the park to go play a little 2-on-2, you must be on a different level.
What you mean? Like, oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Well, look.
Jordan ain't taking anybody else to play basketball at the park.
Champs hang out with champs, nigga. And they multiple championship winners. What's Tom Brady got? 6? Mike's got 6. Tom's got 8, right?
I don't know. I don't think it's 8.
I know it's more than Jordan.
Yeah, but Jordan, when it's him, it's the 11 guys versus the 50. Or no, how many guys on the football team? Isn't it 42 or something like that?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what the final roster is.
But that's Tom Brady is
53.
Got a cleft in his chin. That is the white man's white man.
So if you open up the dictionary,
it's him. That is the true definition and the epitome of white male heroism.
Google, show me a picture of a white man.
Here's a picture of Tom Brady.
No, but they all look like kind of Tom Brady. That dude doesn't look right. Look how happy all this is. Let me see. Let me Google this a different way. Google, show me a picture of a black man. Oh, I didn't have anything.
Look, niggas don't exist.
Look, you got kings. Stock photos. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, we all look alike. Black man, white man on Google all look the same.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Coming up. This is Alvin Jackson, Kid Ray, Chip Off the Old Block, stacks. Enjoy.